All right, it's been a little while since we brought y'all any updated information on the Grandpa Edition 1987 Custom Deluxe 10 Squarebody 4x4 V10. We probably put K10, didn't we? So we gotta go back. Just listed this truck, so it is on the website, but this would be considered a V10, not a K10 because of 87. But no matter how you cut it, it's what your grandpa probably had. Maybe your dad, depending on your age, but it's exactly the way he parked it in 1987 also. So we've gone over this truck. Where's it been for the last couple of weeks? Kenny's actually been driving it. You go back, you'll see the part one, part two, where we showed Kenny this truck for the first time, and he went over every nook and cranny. It's a long video, but it's a good video if you guys are a perfectionist of square body trucks. This truck is pretty cool. 4-speed, custom deluxe, not a Silverado. Silverado appearance trim, but custom deluxe interior. I had a way to describe what that is, kind of like pretty on the outside, ugly on the inside, but probably shouldn't use that reference. But she's Silverado on the outside as far as trim, stainless. It is missing the stainless that could have been here. It's missing two-tone, but aside from that, this is the way a Silverado could have been. It was ordered this way. Where did the paperwork go? Did you put it away? Oh, got put in the glove box. Whew. Did not want to lose that. Original, proper paperwork along with the order sheet for $14,250. And a bunch of other paperwork as well from the original purchase of this truck. Extremely nice documentation. Factory radio, shifts like a dream, 21,000 miles. So what did Kenny find after taking it home into his own personal lair and going over it? Nice doors. I don't know. Let me see if this actually even... You square body guys should be able to appreciate that. You non-square body guys just think that's probably stupid. Why am I closing the door? We already knew the exhaust had been changed. We knew the tank had been changed. The sending unit that they used when they changed it was not right. He pulled the tank back down, put the proper sending unit in, and the gas gauge works perfectly now with a new gasket. We knew those things already. We found one really, really cool thing, and I've told y'all about this before. Get up under there, Christian, right there. No bumper on the back of this truck from the factory. That is the license plate mount that the dealer put on there so they could legally sell the truck with no bumper on the back. I've told you guys a lot of these trucks came with no bumper back here. There was several different bumpers you could get back then. A lot of people would go to the dealer and know that they could buy the bumper for $99 and the dealer wanted $150, so they wouldn't buy it. They'd take it home, do it themselves. That is the bracket that the dealer put on there to allow this truck to leave from the factory legally. Really, really, really cool. We left it. He was like, take it off. I'm like, absolutely not. Leave it. We have not washed this truck since that video. We need to wash the bed. The bed probably deserves to actually be buffed. That bed's original. It's not scratched. It's not scarred. It's not dented. There's a few little light scuffs on that side that probably will come off with buffing and just dust. That's all dust. You can see the seam sealer exactly as it should be. And for those that argue, those bolts are painted from the factory, not silver. Toolbox is newer. Definitely newer. Tractor Supply, supposedly one of our customers, or might even been on here, commented, Tractor Supply's been around since the 50s or something. Probably has, but this box is much newer. So, it does have a toolbox. It is mounted properly. We've left it. These are cool because they're shortened for the short bed, and they look great. Tires have been replaced, Bridgestone dualers, all terrains, and again, the exhaust has been done with duals. We also left these. These are probably installed at the dealer. They can come off. They will leave a couple small holes, which can be filled with plugs, but for the guy that probably buys this, he's probably going to want to use that step because I can promise you, I don't mind using it. It's actually very nice to step in and step out. Interior is completely original, down to the Advance Auto, Track Auto, whatever your local Pep Boys was, that's the kind of floor mat you bought back then. Air conditioning works perfectly. Transmission shifts perfectly, engages in four-wheel drive perfectly. It is a fuel-injected TBI, throttle body injection. Another good door. If you guys only knew, we have also not cleaned under here. There's been no pressure washing, there's been no cleaning. This is proper. All this is just as nice as it could be when it's washed up. Even has an AC Delco battery. That's obviously a replacement battery, but all the wiring, all the routing, all the hoses, everything, Kenny could not knock a thing. The V-belts and the SERP belt have been replaced. They were so dry rotted, we were scared of them. They are saved. They're supposed to be in the toolbox. So hopefully they are. We saved the originals. I believe one of them was not original. It was like a Goodyear replacement belt. But I think the others were. Factory inner fender wells. The jack's never been removed. It's where it's supposed to be. Everything under the hood is proper, correct. What other pointers? A little bit of dirt on the frame. No rust. We did not pressure wash the frame. We didn't clean the frame. But we will once somebody says, I want this truck, because I don't want to cover up. I don't care if you fly in and want to view this truck. We'll put it on our rack. We'll put it in the air. This is no strings attached, no secrets to this truck. And unlike every truck where they've been messed with and adjusted and switched around, and there's not one in here that hasn't been touched. This one's been touched. It's got tires, it's got accessories, but the originalness of this truck is a crazy nice. The only other one of these that we have found, Kenny researched, I've researched, my guys in the office have researched, that has sold in the last, say, 6 months, was one on Bring a Trailer, which had very low miles, a couple hundred miles if I remember correctly. It sold for $151,000. It was the only other one comparable because of the 87 and also because of the options. This one's probably rare. That was a Silverado. This being a custom deluxe Silverado external, basic internal, was definitely a special order truck. So rare numbers, usually get used and abused. This one didn't. So Christian photographed it. He reminded himself again, like, holy moly, that's the one you and Kenny did. I was like, exactly. Because believe it or not, we get so many trucks through here, even my guys get confused. Like, look at the black truck in the background. That one's been down at the shop for a little while. Kind of had forgotten about it. That's a great, cool truck. It looks like the big, expensive truck, the show truck one, but it's not. That's a whole different black square body. They're always moving around. Oh, the other thing, factory spare still under there. They routed the exhaust around the spare. All that's up under there properly. He made sure it was tight. Again, this truck's been gone over very thoroughly. I paid Kenny to spend the time because I just wanted to make sure what we're representing is right, for one. And for two, we wanted to document, photograph, everything, because if somebody comes in and wants a error correct restoration or says that they have one, like even down to the chalk marks, the wafer washers, again, you're looking at this truck unclean, like it may have never been washed under the hood. It still has the ribbed heater hoses. And some of this stuff for you guys that are just loving square bodies, I don't mind pointing this stuff out. I'll do more dedicated videos. The one that we did with Kenny, though, if you really are a square body enthusiast and you want to see some originality, scroll back and watch the part 1 and part 2, because Kenny even goes under here and is like, that's the exact right piece of black tape. That's the exact right style clamp. Like these, simple as it is, but this is what the factory uses instead of the zip ties you buy at Advanced Auto Parts. That's what they use. The little banjo clamps, these wafer washers, things like that are what they used. The markings on the hoses being factory. There's little things like that. Even this, you old timers like myself will remember, that's what you got when you got an oil change. They stuck that on there. A lot of times that actually came with an oil filter at the parts store. You could stick it on there when you changed your oil. Weirdly enough, this truck really is probably only supposed to have had 4 oil changes its whole life, and it's an 87. So that's 40 years almost. So I'm sure it's had a lot more than that, but you'll find a lot of vehicles where they had them all through here and all through here. And when I started as a cleanup guy, one of the things was to clean that stuff off. They'd be in the windows, the windshield, under the hood. Only your old school guys will remember that, but that's how it is. So cool truck. Can't say enough about it. Is on the website for sale, as well as pretty much most of the others in here, unless there's a deal pending. But I think most of what's in this building is available. We've moved a couple sold vehicles across. You can see we cleaned up in here a little today. Christian, AJ, and Alvin were all in here moving stuff around. Another square body in the background there. We can't do anything with that quite yet, so that's a secret. But Lots got taking place today. Got the Porsche inside, the Corvette on trickle charger, got the trucks organized, the Laredo Jeep in, and that's pretty much it. Anything else, Kristen, for today? Oh, tractor. Bring you a video in a second. That is a tractor for sale. That's not one of them that I am going to keep. That is a brand new, has 1 hour from Kubota on it, and it was special ordered for one of our customers that is going through a little bit of a tough time, and his wife was not happy with him buying another tractor. So that is going to be for sale. Basically buying a brand new one, but you can save all the Kubota fees and probably $7,000 to $10,000 on the price. That won't last long. We'll do a video of that. We'll drop that today. So if your tractor looks like this and you want a tractor like that, we can make it happen. Thanks, guys.